Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And I think this is going to be the last part of this walkthrough. So if you remember from the last time we played, Jerry has just told us to leave the house because sketchy things are happening and Michael is insistent upon staying. So yeah. However, we are going to go check the mail because that's what we do. We want to make sure the mailman feels appreciated. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Notice of eviction. Dear Michael, due to irregularities during the acquisition process carried over by Mr. Jerry P. Carter, you are ordered to immediately leave the property known as Blackwood Manor. If you fail to comply, legal proceedings will be enforced against you. You have 2 days to effectively abandon the property after the issuing of this notice. We take no responsibility for the courier service. A police officer is due to arrive at Blackwood Manor on Tuesday, October 15th. Should you be present, you will be immediately taken into custody without further notification. Alrighty then. Okay, so that was the reason why Jerry wanted me to leave the house so badly. I bitterly realized that he wouldn't come for me and that it was up to me to find a way to leave the house. Alright, so let's get on with it. So we have to take the battery from the car. Excuse me. Okay, we're gonna head to here to charge the battery because remember it's dead, so. And thank the Lord for bicycle generators. So go, and right here there's like some very thin wires. Just gotta attach those and charge up the battery. Okay, take that. And let's get out of here. Okay. Oops, I have to actually put the battery back into the car. That's not gonna help me much. Oh, gosh darn it, this is annoying. That's not what I wanted. There we go. There we go. Now let's leave. As I prepared myself to leave the manor, I suddenly felt responsible for disturbing the forces that had up to now lain dormant inside the house. I had to do something. Alright, Michael, no you don't. You can leave. You're fine. Alright, but I suppose he won't let us leave until we go take care of all the weird spirit thingies in the house that we had churned up. Which isn't really our fault. Technically it's Jerry's because Jerry bought us the house. So, let's be honest about this. Okay, so let me see. What do we have to do now? Oh. Is it time? Let me see. It doesn't tell me what time. Whatever. I know what we have to do right now. So, I think it's around 4 o'clock in the game. Because usually after you trigger him getting into the car, it's 4 o'clock, which means the sunlight is in the correct spot to see the shadow of, see right here, it's a very faint, that was creepy. I don't know if you guys heard that weird howl. Wait a minute, that's outside my house, not in the game, never mind. There are people yelling outside my house. Okay. So we're gonna take the shovel, and we have to dig right up at the tip of the shadow, because that's where Eve, I think her name is, saw him burying the body of Catherine. So this is where James buried her. So what we need to do is we need to take a tooth. Okay, and we can rebury her. I think it's funny that the police never found her body. I mean, we found it after like a day of like searching, which we weren't even searching for her body, if you know what I mean. We were just kind of doing our own thing. And they never just like looked at the pictures that Eve took and was like, this is where he was digging. Let's go check there. So now we have the tooth. Can I open that? Thank you. So now we have to go to the kitchen. Actually, no, I lied. We have to go to the gallery. I'm forgetting some steps. So, because what we're trying to do right now is create the amulet from the letter that John was talking about. So we need a couple different items. We need the claw, we need the berries, we need the tooth, and now we can go to the kitchen. And my goodness gracious, I'm back at the top of the stairs. All right, that's obnoxious. I don't really like the controls for this game that much, with the whole freedom to like swerve around and swivel, because I don't have a very steady hand, so maybe that's a me problem, but I like to blame other things, so you know, it's the game. Anyway, moving along. So we have to use this grinder to grind the tooth and the bone. Can I close the lid? There we go. All right, so that's the tooth. Now we have the bone. Close. Whoops. Okay. Mix all that together. And now we can go upstairs. We have to go all the way up to like the attic area where that little stove is, because none of the stoves in the kitchen work, which is fantastic planning on the people who built the houses side. All right, so it's right in here. Here we are. So we need to take this little plate, put this right on top, take our last match, like that little sucker, and somehow we create an organic rock from this mess. I don't know how, don't ask me how, I'm not a scientist. I don't know how that works. But there we go. So now we have all the steps. Can I leave? Thank you. And the whispering is starting. And someone's laughing. Honey, you about laughed your last laugh. Test me one more time. I dare ya. I double dare ya. Okay, here we go. I waved the amulet in front of the mask, and then what happened? At first nothing seemed to happen, but then the atmosphere felt lighter, as if the house had been relieved of the monstrous burden. Yay! Look what we've done. We've brought happiness to the world. That's our goal. To bring happiness. Everything's much lighter in here too. Somehow. I don't really believe in ghosts, but there are some days when happy things happen. And this is one of those days. Or not. I stood there paralyzed in terror, and as I heard those horrible noises again, they just wouldn't stop. Alright, let's figure out where these horrible noises are coming from. So, of course, it's down the grate, where no one should ever go. This is disgusting. Okay. See, I don't know why you'd go down into a place, like, call the police, like, geez. For crying out loud. Oh, a little teddy bear. Disgusting teddy bear. Wow, that's rude. Ew. That's raw meat. Ew. Well, that's just lovely. Alright, I suppose we have to check out the place that no one wants to ever check out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's disgusting. Get out. Get out. Michael, run. Run. Get out. Drive away quickly, honey. Drive quickly.
Unsure of what I had just seen, I raced my car and left Blackwood Manor as quickly as possible. I'm not ashamed of what I did. That disfigured face is still stalking my nightmares, and I've never put foot inside a Victorian house ever since. But there's certainly one thing that I'm grateful for. It was thanks to my encounter below that house that I was able to finish my book and become a prolific writer.
Well, I'm glad that worked out for him. All right, what's happening now? Hello? Hello, okay. Well, darn. That's not good. Alrighty, well that is Scratches. So here's the thing. I feel like I have to kind of explain a little bit in case some things weren't 100% clear, because to me, when I first played this game, a lot of things were not clear, and I had to Google them, and I had to look up stuff, and I was like, whatever. Anyway, so I just wanted to kind of recap and explain what happened in this game for anyone like me who didn't get it the first time around. So basically what happened is James Blackwood and Catherine Blackwood, their husband and wife, right? And James had brought back a lot of crazy artifacts and whatnot from his travels, including that mask. He became convinced that the mask was possessed, and he started having the psychotic break and whatnot. However, he did not kill Catherine. Catherine and James had a baby together, but their baby came out kind of deformed and he had some problems, developmental issues, that's for sure. And that was their baby, Robin. Back in those older times, people thought that when your baby came out not quite right, that there was some other explanation, maybe something supernatural, maybe that God was displeased with the parents or whatever. So that's kind of what manifested into James's head. The mask must be causing his son's problems, and so therefore the son must be cursed and or possessed. So he and Catherine built a little cave under the house, which is where we found at the end of the game, and that's where they hid Robin all those years. The only other person who knew was Dr. Christopher Milton, I think his name is, and he's been the one who's been leaving meat and dropping the meat down into the grate just to keep Robin alive after the parents died. So that's basically what happened. Robin one night, however, did escape and killed Catherine, and that's how she died. It was not James killing her, it was Robin. And we left the gate unlocked, which means this kid can now get out, which is terrifying. So what he's scratching at during the game is he's trying to get out. As you saw from the right after, the little extra end credit scene, is you zoom through his little cave all the way up to the outdoors. That's the scratching that we heard. He was constantly digging for years and years to get out. All the letters, everything that James Blackwood had left in the house, he's talking about hearing noises and whispering and scratching and whatever. A lot of those noises were coming from Robin in the basement that we thought he was associating with the mask, but in reality he was associating with his son, who he had locked down under the house. And a lot of those feelings were guilt, right? I mean, he was feeling very, very guilty about doing that to his son, which, as he should, that was horrible. But that is the person who's living under the house. So that's a quick recap of what happened in the game and everything that went down. Now there is an option to play since this is the director's cut version, there is an option to play The Last Visit, which is, I think, a couple of years after the original game takes place. So it's a different character coming to the house and what happens. And it's a very, very short little snippet. So if you guys want me to play that, let me know, and I'll maybe just do one part for The Last Visit. But as of right now, I'm going to assume that Scratches has run its course, and I won't be playing The Last Visit unless people ask me to. So tomorrow, I believe, tomorrow I'll be coming up with a new walkthrough. I'm not sure what game it's going to be yet because I don't plan ahead like that, but I will be coming out with something, I promise. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this walkthrough, give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Anyway, thanks guys, bye.